Today, Nintendo spends money on Canadians. It ain't us, though. This is CheckPoint. Welcome to CheckPoint, where if this were a real news show, we'd open with some kind of serious message about world events.
But this is a video game show that routinely has its episodes demonetized whenever we talk about adult novelty toys.
So instead, we'll just remind you that when you cheat in a video game, you get banned from the game, which is like the minimum we should expect. If you enjoyed the latest Luigi's Mansion installment, or the Wii remake of Punch-Out, or even the GameCube football game Super Mario Strikers, then you already know those are some next-level Nintendo games. So much so that Nintendo didn't develop them, and they were instead developed by a Vancouver-based game studio, Next Level Games. That's not really news. The studio has been trucking along since 2002, making mobile games and console ports that have all been received, maybe not next level per se, but well enough to keep on rolling, with Luigi's Mansion 3 being their most recent and best reviewed. It's actually tied on Metacritic with the 3DS Luigi's Mansion from 2013, but the point is, they know their way around Nintendo's IP, which is why Nintendo has bought Next Level, who will now operate as an in-house studio. So those games I listed that weren't actually made by Nintendo, they were now. Or they weren't, but now they were.
A recent oral history of Xbox was carefully transcribed to the written word and presented in purely textual format on Bloomberg, in which Xbox execs revealed that at one point, Microsoft wanted to buy Nintendo. And it went, well, here's how Director of Third-Party Relations Kevin Backus tells it. Steve made us go meet with Nintendo to see if they would consider being acquired. They just laughed their asses off. Like, imagine an hour of somebody just laughing at you. That was kind of how that meeting went. First, let's address the funniest part of this quote. Steve made us go, which reads more like, nobody thought this was a good idea except CEO of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer, but if the company is paying, the hour of humiliation in front of our soon-to-be competitors is worth getting a few days to tour some shrines and buy some anime. Second, it was an hour. Now, surely there must be some exaggeration here. It's hard to believe that the Xbox team walked into the room, sat down, and said to Nintendo's top brass, hey guys, your hardware stinks. We've never made a console before, but ours is already way better. Let us buy you, only for Nintendo's response to be 60 minutes of uninterrupted laughter. Okay, now that I say it, maybe it's not that hard to believe, but hey, Kevin was there and I wasn't, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt. That must have been a hell of a meeting. I assume it started with Hiroshi Yamauchi, then president of Nintendo, and maybe a few others just chilling in a conference room with slight looks of confusion, which gave way to big grins, then maybe a couple questions, at which point the mild tittering started. Then some junior OL came in with tea, everyone took a breath and had something to drink. When they all finished, the chuckling started again, and Yamauchi called for a few more senior execs to come into the room. Someone from Xbox probably jumped in after that to press their point again, and one of the, let's say 20 new attendees squawked in shock like John Belushi in Animal House when he finds out Flounder is pledging, which caused everyone on Nintendo staff to lose their shit. Just grown men falling off of couches, grabbing door frames, tears streaming down their faces. Man, yeah. It's good to laugh. Did Xbox not know what they were in for? Had they not seen those 5-hour Gaki no Tsukai no laughing New Year specials? The Japanese love a good joke, and what's more, I think this explains why Nintendo and Xbox are on such good terms with each other. Nintendo is still grateful that Xbox invested so much money and time and people into a gag that has clearly never left the company's memory. I bet they've got a mural of it in the 5th floor conference room.
My favorite violence is the fictional kind, so let's talk a bit about the all-out war that's been happening in EVE Online. Oh, EVE, it's been so long and I've missed our little chats. There is so much to unpack here, so you're getting the cliff notes. Poppy is a relatively new coalition in the game who have declared extermination on the entrenched Imperium, who count among their numbers the Goon Swarm. I don't even know how connected to something awful the Goon Swarm is these days, but I'm sure Beej is very excited.
I have stairs in my house!
Poppy wants to eliminate Imperium, and Imperium says they'll fight to the death. Cool, time for space fights. The war has been raging since July, so we can all probably thank work from home for this, building to a head in a 2-day-long battle in System M2XFE, which eventually saw the destruction of a combined 250 Titan-class ships, eclipsing the previous single engagement record of 75. For those curious, 250 Titans were worth the real-world equivalent of $340,000 US. The problem with all of this is that the belligerents, which is the word for people involved in a war, numbered over 13,000, which is just about double the number that was previously the largest EVE Online battle, which is very bad because the game can't really handle that. Ships that jumped to the battle didn't show up, or showed up to the wrong star system, or arrived without their weapons, or without their players controlling them. The whole thing just kind of screamed to a halt, and now a bunch of ghost ships are trapped in System M2XFE because nobody can get in there to retrieve them. According to an Imperium leader speaking to Polygon, they consider the battle a victory, not because they might have destroyed 1 or 2 more Titan ships than Poppy did, but because a ton of Poppy's surviving ships are trapped in that battlefield graveyard. They made a battle so large, it broke the game. And in kind of a, well, what did you expect way, developer CCP are staying out of it, saying, quote, "We will be intervening as little as possible in the repercussions of this battle," adding that if there are players who cannot log in, they will assist them by moving them to a new system. Anyone who can log in, guess you're taking the bus from now on.
It's been discovered that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild uses a surprising yet understandable format to render its non-player characters. The venerable me. Twitter user and Breath of the Wild modder Hey I'm Heroic revealed that the NPCs are in fact based on the advanced Yumi format used on the Wii U and 3DS. Does that mean I can mod my own me into Breath of the Wild so I can finally be part of one of my favorite games? I mean, gaming is long overdue for a default-ass, brown-haired, overweight white guy character. Barring that, I would love to see more specialty me's make it into the game. For example, I'd know not to talk to an unnamed traveler if they just looked like Sans. You know? Sans from Undertale? I think he's a bad guy. Anyway, I have a special request for Hey I'm Heroic. If you start modding specialty me's like Iwata, Miyamoto, and Reggie into the game, please, please, please keep the golden pants. I want to see them shine from a distance like the Lord of the Mountain. Also, I would like to ride them like the Lord of the Mountain, but that can wait until version 2.
Minecraft developer Mojang has announced that their mobile augmented reality game Minecraft Earth will be shutting down in June. An ambitious game, it relies on, as Mojang noted, free movement and collaborative play, and we haven't had either of those since March, so it's not been going well. Unlike fellow go outside and do things mobile game Pokemon Go, Minecraft Earth can't really make tweaks to accommodate physical distancing since it relies on actually going to real locations. They have at least disabled real money transactions, so no one will be able to spend more money in the game, but anyone who has spent money in the game will receive a free copy of Minecraft, which seems like a backhanded gift. Who doesn't have a copy of Minecraft at this point? I have 3. Send them a Starbucks gift card or some flowers. I don't know.
Pretty sure I don't own a copy of Minecraft.
Are you sure? Have you looked behind the couch? They get everywhere.
I don't think so.
I pulled my winter coat out of the closet the other day and I found a copy of Minecraft folded up in the pocket.
I'm confident I do not.
All right, I'm going to gift you one on my iPhone right now just to win this argument.
Fine.
This says you already own it.
Oh, that's Minecraft. I've been using that as an alarm clock. Coming up, not 1, but 2 back-to-back Sonic Speedrun World Records were broken during the Games Done Quick event this week, so congratulations to Flying Fox and Zaxxon96. Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure speedrun is just what Sonic calls a relaxed, casual stroll.
Next GDQ, I want to see a Sonic speedrun with the chili dog percentage. Where they have to do the speedrun while eating chili dogs.
That would be good. That's just a constant stream of...
That would be very messy, too.
Just the Somen fucking... I always remember what it's called. The bamboo tray that just...
Oh, the noodle shoot?
Yeah, the noodle shoot. There we go. It's the easiest. In English, we say noodle shoot. The very complicated English pastime.
I'm sorry, the noodle shoot isn't good enough for you.
But it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
But it should just be like a wet... trough of chili dogs just loading their way into the person's mouth.
Yeah, you have to always be chewing or swallowing.
Yeah.
You can't chipmunk the chili dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably, in what was that one, 20 minutes? You'd probably go through a fair chunk. I mean, you'd slow down.
Yeah,
Near the end of it. It's not a speed race on how fast you can eat the chili dogs.
You just have to kind of always be eating chili dogs.
It's because, that's challenging, right? Because if you need you need two hands for the controller.
Right. Well, it's why you have somebody who's manning the chute, and they're just slowly, they got a little pusher at the end, and they're just slowly pushing it. So it's just kind of always nom. If you're like Coney dogs, like we had in Detroit that one time, those would probably be not so bad.
That's very messy, though.
Sloppy.
I've ruined speedruns, is what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, no, I'm actually all on board with this.
Yeah.
Sloppy games done quick.
When you can get back, when GDQ gets to get back into a physical space, there we go. That would be a good one for the crowd.
Yeah, I think because it also would help because I believe everyone's getting sick of speedruns.
That is not true.
No, it's not.
No.